Hello friend, myself Deepak Maurya. Today we are going to apply the hydrostatic pressure on the plate. Here you can see what today we are going to do. Here you can see a plate having the dimensions of 300 mm in the height and 100 mm in the width is subjected to the hydrostatic pressure. This hydrostatic pressure we are going to apply is the through the water. So one side is the water and other side it is open to the air. So this is the free surface at the top. Here all it is here water is there and water will apply the pressure. So what we are going to do, we are going to find out how much stresses are generated on this structure steel plate. So what we are going to observe here, we are going to observe the stresses, strain and factor of safety on the structure steel plate. And we have to verify the results. How we are going to verify the results, what we are going to do today, whether it is correct or not. For that, we have done some basic calculations. So first let's see that calculations. If you are the mechanical or the civil engineer, then you have already read these things in your fluid mechanics. The force Fr is equals to Fgh into a first moment from the top. Or you can see this force is equals to the volume of pressure diagram. This is the pressure. So the volume of this pressure diagram will give us the force, that is half rho gh. F is actually it is shown by the density of the liquid. Here I am going to use the water as the density water, so I am using the density of the water. So here we got the force which is acting on the Fr, that is called the centroid, pressure centroid. And by using the equilibrium equations, we can find out that Fr is equals to the horizontal reaction force and RVA is equals to the weight of the plate. And this moment is, we can calculate, that is equals to Fr into of h by of 3, because this pressure or this force is acting at h by 3, that is 44.145. Now we are going in the ANSYS and we are trying to sort out these things. So first this is the ANSYS. So here we are taking the static structure. We are capturing the static structure and dropping it into the standalone system. When we are putting it here, we are putting it the hydrostatic loading. We have keep the file name here. You can change the file name by clicking here. When you are clicking on the here is the name called the rename. Here you can rename the file. So first step is the engineering data. What are the data? What are the material we are putting in? Double click it. You will get the structure steel as a default material. So I am using the structure steel as a default material. If you are not using the structure steel as a default material, you want to use some other material, you can go in the engineering data at the top here. Click once, you will got the engineering data library by the ANSYS. You can see here ANSYS Granta material design, general material, like that. So I'm clicking on general material. Here you can choose structural steel, stainless steel, titanium alloy. Okay, I'm just giving the titanium alloy also. Here the book shows it is selected in the engineering data. I've again clicked at the top engineering data and I got the titanium alloy in my selections. So now I am clicking on the project to go back into the main model. So here engineering data get clicked means data it is got, material data it has got. Now the second is the geometry. Right click and we are drawing the geometry in the space claim. Now the space claim is opening. The space claim is a design software. It's it's a very beneficial to use the space claim because it is using the scdm file which is directly input by the ANSYS, so it will save you the time to import the geometry into the ANSYS software, and it is very easy, user friendly. This is the ANSYS space claim. So here this is the plane. So whatever the plane you want to choose, here is the, from here you can choose it. I want to choose the XY plane, so I am putting the Z axis. So it has choose the XY plane. To draw on the XY plane, just click the sketch at the bottom. Now you can see the sketch is ready. We can draw anything at the top. I am going to take the rectangle. On the left hand side, there is a property box games. Here you can see what you want to do with this. So I am going to define the rectangle from the center. So I already told you the dimensions. The dimensions I want to take 300 into 100. So here you can see the 46 is coming with the blue box. So here just by pressing the space bar, you can now put the dimensions 100, and by using the tab it's shifted to other side and you can put 300. That is all are in mm. So I got the curve, but I want to make a plane. So for making the plane, we can go here and click this 3D mode. Whenever we will click this 3D mode, this will convert the sketches or the curve into the surfaces. So we got the surface. Now, if we want to use the shell element, we can use this surface. If we want to use the solid element, we can give the thickness here. So I'm giving the thickness here. I'm giving the 2 mm of thickness. See, here the surface is converted into the solid. I am renaming it. Either the double click or right click and rename it to the plate. Okay, plate, or you can put the plate for hydrostatic. So here if you want to save it, go in the file and put the save as. Okay, so I'm not going to save as, because if you will, I will go here, you can see the geometry, it is clicked, means it has accepted the geometry directly. So now I am going in the model, right click on the model or double click, it will come the new window, new model will going to be open here. When till the new model will going to be open, okay, it has opened. Okay, it is extracting the engineering material and the drawing here. So it is taking the time. At this time, we can ask what is the element, what are the meshings. So, okay, it has opened. So I can now say like that only. You can see here, I have drawn in the XY plane. So it is in the XY plane, the thickness in the Z plane. So it is like that only. Here in the geometry, all these things are in the steps. First, geometry, material, mesh, static structure. Here we are applying the boundary conditions, then solutions. So first of all is the geometry. The geometry, click on this plate. This property box will come up. You can see here the multi stiffness behavior. We are taking the flexible material. We are taking the structure steel. If you want to change it, we can change it to here titanium alloy. So, but we are not going to change it. I want the with the structure steel. Here is the material are available. You can just click on the material. It will show you what are the definition, what are the things, Young modulus, Poisson's ratio, bulk modulus, and how it's behaving in the different stress strain cycles, fatigue lives. So it's all things are available here. The other thing is the meshing. What is a meshing actually? Meshing is the discretization of the body into the small chunk or the differential element, and this ANSYS will solve the equations for these small chunks. I will show you how. insert method, I'm going and I'm clicking the body. If you don't have selected the body, here you can see the options are available for the body. So here it is the body, geometry, apply. One body is selected. Here it is the method, which method you want to apply. So I'm saying the multi-zone or sweep. It is a symmetrical body and having a uniform body, so I'm using the sweep method. When I'm using the sweep method, it will ask the source and the target. So it will program control is good because it will take one of the cross section as the sweep and it will be sweep over the whole cross section. Element, you can see that the element, it is taking the solid elements. Element order, it can be the linear element or the quadratic element. So first I'm showing you the linear and then I will show you the what is quadratic. So here's the, I'm showing the linear element. So sweep method we have selected. Can we, okay, just presently I'm going to solve it. Solve it means it will be mashed up. So here need at least one structure load to proceed with the solution. Actually, I have put the solve, so it has gone to show the error message. So first I want to show you the this. What do you mean by the linear? So here you can go and select the element. This is the one element. This is the hexahedral element. So that's a benefit of using the sweeping method. It will generally use the hexahedral element. In this hexahedral element, I want to show you the nodes. One, in between there is no node. So in this one element, you can see all the nodes are at the corners of the element, not anywhere else. So this is the linear elements or the linear meshing methods. Okay, element order is the linear. Here you can see. Now what I am going to do, I am going to use the quadratic. Okay, the same thing. Now I am going to use the quadratic. I am saying update. Okay, the same thing. Now it is the quadratic. I am going to say okay this element and I am going to nodes. You can see this, 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 this. Similarly on other sides of the elements also. You can see these are the quadratic elements. Okay. So like this, you should know when we are having more precise things we are going to analyze, then we can use the quadratic elements. That will be giving us the more precise, but it will consume a lot of time also. So that you have to see what you want. So I don't want the uh, quadratic, so I'm going to put it as a linear. I'm happy this solution with the linear, and I'm going to put the sizing. Sizing I want. I can presently it is element is selected here, so node is selected here. Now I'm going to select the body. I selected the body. Now I'm giving the element size. I'm giving the element size 0055 mm. My all dimensions are in meters, so I'm giving in the mm. Oops, meters. Sorry, I'm saying update. So you can see my meshing is over with the linear elements. Okay, now we are going to apply the boundary conditions. Insert the fixed support. In the fixed support, the base is fixed. I have applied the base fixed. And what I am going to do, I am going to apply the hydrostatic pressure. Here you can see there will be a term called hydrostatic pressure is here. I click the hydrostatic pressure. So you know that bottom I have fixed. Now one face I have to select. Already you can see the cursor is coming with the surface choose option. So it is come with the surface option. So I choose the face. After that you should read these things. It will asking the coordinate. I am taking the global coordinate system. Fluid density. Fluid density I am taking the water. So I use the 1000 kg per meter cube. What is a hydrostatic acceleration? देखिए hydrostatic forces which acting due to the acceleration. So in which direction? First I put it in the component. Then I know that it is hydrostatic pressure will act with the depth in the water. So depth of the water in the positive y direction. The acceleration is 9.81. Okay, 9.81. As you click it, you can see the pressure is came here. And okay, I think I have done the mistake because our pressure should be maximum at the bottom and minimum at the top. Okay, and our fixed support is okay. Our fixed support is at the base. So our hydrostatic pressure should be like that. It should be maximum at the bottom. So we have to go and change this y with negative g. We have put it negative g, then you can see the maximum pressure comes at the bottom. That's a correct thing actually. When our coordinate system y is downward, so how the g is applying, actually it is applying in the downward direction. So okay, that's a correct. Okay, and after that you can see the free surface we have to choose. The z, one surface it is showing the z is equals to 0.3 2 mm. 2 mm is what? Actually it has shown this thickness, and about this thickness this is a free surface. Here air is available. Is any other direction it is a free surface? Yes. Location, click to change. This top surface is also a free surface. Here it is the water, so it is a free surface. So like this we have given the just only the hydrostatic pressure. If you want to give any other force, that also you can give, just like you can go here, you can say displacement, you can say force. So I'm not putting anything else, I'm just saying okay, I'm just want to check it with the hydrostatic pressure. Okay, I gone and I say solve it. Okay, up to when it is solving, my questions are what it is actually solving. It is actually solving the differential equation. So which differential equation it is solving? We should know what is actually meshing. In the meshing, first you have, I already told you, in the meshing it is the discretizations of the body into the small element. You can see all these are the small elements. Okay, all these are small elements. Okay, so what the meaning of solving these equations, dividing the body into small elements? When we are dividing the body into the solid elements and it is having the nodes on the at every corners, it is actually applying the differential equations, differential equilibrium equations on each chunk or the element, and it is solving. So which differential equation it is applying here? The equilibrium equations means summation of forces in the x direction, summation of forces in the y direction, z direction should be 0. Why? Because it is a static equilibrium, because it is not moving from its place, and the deformation, whatever it is called due to the force, that is very less. So first let's see what are the equation it is solving. So I can go here. This is the 3D equations of motions. Okay, why? Because this is the summation of forces in the x directions, and bx is the body force, rho ax is the acceleration. When we will make this acceleration 0, actually this acceleration should be 0. This acceleration should be 0. Okay, this acceleration should be 0. This acceleration should be 0, all these 0. Then it will become as the 3D equations in the equilibrium. And this equation is solving on the each element of this body. So let's go and see the deformations and everything. Deformations, directional. We know that plate is like that. The deformation we want to see in the z direction. So here you can see we have the applicable x, y, z, but we are interested in the z direction. And in the last timing, okay, after that we want to see the stresses, we want to see the maximum principal stresses, we want to see the maximum shear stresses, we want to see the probe. In the probe we can find the force reaction, it will ask at the what? Fixed support. Sorry, we don't have the weak spring, we have the force support. And we can go again and we can put the probe, we can do a moment reaction at the fixed support. So all of these things we can go and see what is going to be happen. Evaluate all result. Now it is evaluated all result, directional deformation. Okay. So you can see that it was fixed at the base here, and so it is having the zero displacement. This all displacement is a meter, and these all things are, you can see this is a correct body with a straight line, and this is the deformation. So you can see at the top it is deformed, and this is 5.71 mm deformation is there. Maximum principal stress, the maximum principal stress is also at the bottom. Actually, you can now, is anyone, now you can see that stresses are generated as a fixed support. Okay, because you are putting the force here, F, the centroid pressure, or the, you can say the overall force is acting at the h by 3 from the bottom. We have already shown in the calculation. So it is applying the force here, so, and it is resisted by the fixed support. So here it is the maximum resistance has come, and that has come 71 megapascal. Stress, similarly the shear has also came at the bottom of the plate, that is 35.58. Force reaction, you can see the force reaction has came 44.145 in the z direction, that is the same what we have calculated here. The moment is also maximum values, that is 4.41, that the same as we have calculated. So our result are correct, but still you have to go and check it. So I am going to the this equations. Here the moment is, sorry, here if we will put Fr, here you can see Fr is 44.145, and this height is actually 300. 300 divided by 3 is 100, so this will be 4.415 Newton. So like this we can say, okay, the results are correct. Like this we can say results are correct, it is solving these equations. So from my side, this is the things which I can explain here. Thank you, friends. I think you have enjoyed it.